Hello and welcome to another step-by-step how to tie tutorial video. This is the Elk Hair Caddis. This is tied up on a 2x long size 14 dry fly hook. For a thread, I am using a dark brown UTC 70 denier. Next I'll tie in some ribbing material. For that, I will be using French Tinsel Gold Small. Next, I will tie in the Shuck for the tail, which is Crinkled Zelon, kind of a brownish hue. Almost has a little green iridescence to it. Next, I'll tie in my Hackle. I'm using a whiting hen hackle. Beautiful bird. Next, I'll do some dubbing. For that, I am using a dubbing poly dub made by Fly-Rite. This is a dark reddish brown, number 28. And it won't be an Elk Hair Caddis without the elk hair wing. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and get this sample off. And we'll get a blank hook into the vise. Make sure that's nice and secured. And like all good flies, they begin with just a single wrap of thread. We'll go ahead and get that locked on. And we'll tie in our ribbing, which is this French gold tinsel. And we'll run that down the length of the shank of the hook. And secure that. Next, we'll come in with our Crinkled Zelon. We'll get this tied in. I'll run this the full length of the body as well. All the way to the bend. There you go, we'll just let that hang out of the way. Alright, and for our hackle, went ahead and prepared this. I like to come in and find that transition point. And then I will do a little buzz cut on either side of that stem. And we can secure that right there at the bend. Not too concerned with it rolling over, it's going to get dubbed anyways. And we will dub our body. A little bit of wax here, just to help that stick to the thread. And like with all dubbing, less is more. Small little bits at a time. Can always go back and add. We'll get a nice tight little dubbing noodle on there. Starting at the rear and working forward. Get a nice even body on there. All the way up here. We're going to stop just short of the eye. Trim off my extra. Add that back into the mix. Use that one later. Alright, we're going to palmer on our hackle feather now. Go ahead and grab it by the tip with your hackle pliers. And we'll run this up the length of the body. A couple of turns there at the rear. Nice even wraps all the way forward. End up with a nice buggy looking body on here. That's what we're after. Alright, we'll secure this down. And trim off the tip. Alright, we will come in with our French tinsel and do some counter wraps now. Now the reason why I didn't cut off that shuck right away because I can give it a little tug and make sure that's nice and tight there on the back end on that first counter wrap. These are going to be nice, evenly spaced. Probably going to be 3 turns up the length of the body. You don't want to over rivet. And we'll do one more. Trim off the tinsel. Come in here and give the top side a little bit of a haircut up top. Make room for our wing. And we can trim off our shuck, our tail to the length, about a little bit shorter than the length of the body thereabouts. Nothing too big, nothing too dramatic. Alright, I went ahead and cut off my elk hair, have it stacked here. We'll go ahead and get this ready to go. Make sure I don't have any more strays. Got a couple long ones, get those out of the way. And we're just going to set this on the length of the body. Right up there just behind the eye of the hook. We'll do some tight locking wraps. Once we're satisfied with the wing, we can go ahead and take the rest of this material. We're going to fold it back, and I have a piece of straw here with a notch cut out of it and a slit down the whole length, and I can use that as a third hand to hold all that material back. You get right up there underneath that hair, and we'll come up with a whip finish. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more. Why not? Alright. Secure our thread nice and tight. And trim off our excess. Alright, this is the fun part. Ta-da! Alright, we'll kind of regather all that. I'm going to kind of fold it back forward a little bit. We're going to get in here and give it a nice close trim at an angle, about the same angle as the eye of that hook. We'll make a little puff up there on the front side. And to secure everything down, last but not least, I use actual lacquer head cement here, a little bit runnier than the fingernail polish. Get one little drop on the bodkin here and let that soak into the thread. That's all it takes, one little drop. Stuff dries tough in seconds. So there you have it, folks. That is an elk hair caddis. There's many versions. It can be tied many different ways, but this is how I tied it today. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Happy tying. And with this one, tight lines.